Hey, MacDowin here. Today we are taking a look at EMILE-A239 from Jazwares Halo Spartan Collection. I found this at Target for $19.99. Here's the back of the box. Up near the top is the accessory list. Down near the bottom is the cross sale. And for those who want it, here's the barcode. Let's get this figure out of the box. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and please subscribe so you'll be notified of future videos. Emile is part of the Noble team, and his first appearance was in Halo Reach. Let's take a look at the accessories and then the figure. He's got the M45 Shotgun. It's got a couple varying degrees of gray, a light gray and a dark gray. The detail is actually really pretty nice on here. There may not be a lot of color, but you can see a fair amount of detail. And if you're a wizard with paint for accessories and action figures, you could probably fill in any of the little details that you want to based off of how it looks in the game. I don't know if maybe this is how it looks in the game, but just, this is pretty nice little detail. There is a hole over here that will attach to a peg on his back or on his leg. I see a little square here. I don't really think that has to do with anything because it's also over here. But yeah, nice little shotgun. Very cool. He comes with this knife, and I might screw up what it's called. I believe it's called a Kukri Knife. So if I got that wrong or the pronunciation, let me know in the comments section below. From what I understand, this is like his signature weapon. And it'll go in the sheath, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. He comes with 5 additional hands. In those pile of hands, he's got a set of fists. Closed-fingered fists. He can't hold anything. They are just balled up into a fist. He also comes with a set of open-palmed, fingers spread hands that you can see right there. They can't hold on to anything. They're more just for posing. And finally, he comes with the 2-fingered pointer hand pose, so he can be pointing somewhere without offending anybody. One thing I've noticed between the two waves, this is from an original Wave 1 figure and this is from this figure, is that the connection peg that comes out of the hand, the Wave 1 is much smaller, Wave 2 is much bigger. So you may have some issues trying to swap the hands out between Wave 1 and Wave 2. I'm not sure, I didn't look at the other pegs, I just happened to notice that this one is so much bigger. There. But interesting thing to note. So Emile here is part of the Spartan Collection, which was advertised as a 6.5-inch tall line, and I'm guessing that's human scale. If we bring this tape measure here, I've noticed that he's actually right about 7 inches or slightly under. It's very, very close. So these Spartans are actually a lot closer to 7 than 6.5. I don't know if you recognize any of these parts, but quite a few of the parts on this figure come from this. They use the same legs. There's a different attachment over here on the right side versus this pouch. Generally speaking, the arms are the same. Maybe they've been remolded. There's a few parts to the left arm or the right arm over here, like this bullets. That's not there. These casings. They've got some new pieces, new shoulder pads, and it's definitely a very different head, and there's more of a front attached to this. So it's using some of the same, like the legs are the same, but it's probably remodeled torso and right arm area. So just for those who care and want to know. So let's take a look at this figure. My best guess is it's probably around 36 points of articulation. The head rotates around. It's actually pretty tight and cramped, so his head doesn't really move back and forth all that much. He does have some butterfly joints in here. They don't really move all that much, just a very tiny amount. Arms rotate around. Arms lift up. Biceps have rotation. Double pin at the elbow. And then, as you know, there's a peg and a hinge here for rotations and let's see, vertical and horizontal movement. No, this is just horizontal movement. The torso really does nothing. You can pull it back. I don't know at what point you're going to break it, but it really does nothing. The waist, as with most of these figures, does not rotate. If you want him to do the splits, well, he can get up about that far. He does have the thigh rotation, kind of a diagonal up here because of the armor. He can't really sit I mean, he can, but his legs spread a little bit. But then again, I don't know how many of you people would be in armor like this and try to sit like that. He can move his legs around. He's got double pin here at the knee. I'm noticing that these knee joints are really tight. They are really, really tight. And he's got a rotation down here, hinge and rotation at the ankle. The toes also have a hinge. So overall, yeah, he's like these other Wave 2 figures. He's pretty good. He doesn't just drop stuff. He's pretty tight. He works pretty good, I think. So he's got a really cool mask. I think it's pretty neat. I think it's time to take a look at him all geared up with his accessories. Here he is holding his shotgun. He looks really pretty cool holding a shotgun. I slid the knife up here in his shoulder sheath. It was a little tight, but it worked just fine. Forgot to mention that you can flip this little portion around. It has a peg, so the guns can hook there. Same here with his back. There's a little spot that can pull out and flip around and show a peg. He's got all these really cool details. I'm guessing bullets, explosives, grenades, something up here. It's really... The detail is pretty cool. He's got the red shoulder pad with the white scrawling, the probably a logo, you tell me. The red paint down there. There's a lot of really cool things that create a very interesting character with this action figure. And I think his posability is great. One thing to remember I'll leave you with is don't forget these guns are really pretty rubber, so when you go to stick them in a hand, either hand, whichever, you want to be careful. You may bend that gun a little bit, but otherwise they really stepped up their game. These are some really great figures now, and I'm excited and I can't wait to see where this line goes. I am all on board. It's time for some quick height comparisons. Here's a G.I. Joe Classified figure and a Jazwares Fortnite Legendary Series figure, a Star Wars Black Series figure, and a Marvel Legends a little bit taller figure. Next to a Jazwares Fortnite Brawlers figure and a Lanyard Predator figure. And because I was asked once, this is next to a DC Spin Masters Superman figure and a Jazwares Fortnite 4-inch action figure. Overall, I think this is a really interesting looking figure. I think would make a great addition to your Halo Spartan Collection action figure line. There's just enough interest and enough little details and enough character that he's going to jump right off the shelf, and every time you walk by, you're just going to kind of glance and think, that's a cool looking figure. Anyway, thank you for stopping by and watching. What do you think about this figure? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And before you leave, check out my review of Jerome in the lower left corner. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.